t-shirt, and one of our agents, Brandon Bergana, who's also joining us today and is going to be part of today's presentation. So we've got a lot to cover, a lot of really good information. You'll receive a recording of this. It's all going to be posted on the website afterwards, so don't feel like you have to write it all down, but pay close attention here today. So just by way of very quick reminder, Modern Agent is about helping you to be, as an agent, easy to find, easy to buy from, and easy to work with. And today's topic is going to especially be about being easy to find. But if we just want to look back 1 week, just by way of reminder, whether you missed it or participated and thought, oh yeah, I should do something about that. Last week, Sarah talked to us and shared with us some tips about how to use EasyLinks reports and use them to find sales opportunities in your book of business. And we gave away a 27-inch monitor to the winner, happened to be Bill Genwardi. You can see a photograph of his setup right there. He's really excited about that. And as for today, the topic is how to get Facebook likes and turn them into leads. And we're really excited about this because I think for a lot of people, Facebook is a mystery. And you wonder, can this really do more than just boost your ego? It can. So I'm going to turn it over to Sam and Brandon.
Fantastic. And as Fritz said, this week, we're shifting our topic to Facebook marketing. Many of you may have already watched the video we had recorded with Brandon. He discussed how he gets Facebook likes and how he takes action to turn those likes into leads. That video is posted on the portal. If you didn't get a chance to watch it, that is completely okay. The video, again, is on the portal. We're going to go ahead and I'll just show you where you can find that on screen right now. So again, that video is under the on our portal. It's under the knowledge base, under how to get Facebook likes and turn them into leads. We have a video on Brandon's exact process, and we talk about some of the things that Brandon does here with some extra hints, tips, and tricks. Now we're going to go over a lot of what Brandon does here today in this session. So I want to discuss all of those things with you and more, but we're going to focus on some of the things Brandon does and then kind of shift focus to some things that your page can do better to make you more marketable. Now we're going to have a giveaway at the end. So remember to stick around. We'll have 3 winners there. Now, Brandon Bergana, this is just a screenshot of Brandon's Facebook page, but meet Brandon. He's with Brandon Bergana Insurance Agency out of Warren, Ohio. You can see his Facebook page right here. And I'll go ahead and allow Brandon just a moment here to introduce himself. Brandon, tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so Brandon Bergana here. I am based out of Warren, Ohio. Been with Firefly now for about 6, going on 7 years, I think. I really enjoy the insurance industry. Wouldn't rather be in any other career choice. On my time off, I like to work out. I'm a big sports guy. I'm a Browns fan, unfortunately. They didn't end real well this year. But yeah, that's it. I'm really excited to see who I can help today, and hopefully a lot of you guys will get a lot out of this. And I'm always here. I'm always just a text message or call away if you ever have any other questions besides today.
Fantastic. And thank you, Brandon. Feel free to, Brandon, I'm sure you'd say the same, but feel free to connect with both of us on LinkedIn or on Facebook. So as we go on here, we're going to talk a bit about Brandon, again, his exact process and what he does. Let's go into that right now. So Brandon's process to get leads is, first off, he creates posts that engage his audience, and those posts typically include a call to action. He's going to boost those posts or find alternative ways to generate organic engagement, and he's going to reach out individually to people who like or comment on his posts. We talk about that in the video, and Brandon goes over that, but I just want to boil that down to those are the big things that Brandon does. If you'll look here, this is kind of some of the reasons why Brandon's process works. You'll see here Brandon did a little giveaway. You'll see on the left side of the screen, raffling off a $100 Amazon gift card. One of the important things is what Brandon did is call to action in there. So drop a like to share this post with your friends. How do you enter to win? And you can see that was shared a ton of times. If you'll see on the right side here as well, Brandon put a post out there that was about a local Harley rider. Put that post out with a call to action again in there, was shared, and again, was liked a bunch of times. Now, Brandon, is there anything specifically, by the way, that you do to encourage shares on your posts?
So, I try to make content that's going to catch the consumer's eye. So like in that case right there, people that drive, have driven by my office building. So in the background there of the guy with the bicycle, I have my sign there with the office in front. So I think that creates familiarity. Sorry. And I think a post like that, you want to gain comfortability with the consumer. And so I think maybe posting local things like that will help. But also, I reach out to my current clients and let them know, if you ever see my post on Facebook, please give me a like, please give me a share. And they all seem to be very comfortable with doing so.
So you encourage that kind of stuff, at New Business, with your friends, with those people who are close to you that are clients of yours, it sounds like.
Yes.
Awesome. I'm sure, obviously, clearly that helps, as you can see by some of Brandon's posts. And we'll go on here. Brandon's process also works because one of the things that Brandon does that's maybe unique from what I found with agents is he individually reaches out to those clients who engage with his posts. Brandon, I know we talked a lot about that in the video. You mind just kind of boiling that down to just a quick minute here on what that looks like?
Yeah, so that's I think that's pretty much the big point right there. And so what I do is whenever I see people liking my posts, I will number one, I'll click on their name and I'll invite them to like my page. And let's say the post is about saving money on home or auto insurance. So what I'll do is I'll directly reach out to that client via message right after. And so as soon as I see their name pops up as a like, I'll reach out. Hey, Michelle, how you doing? I seen that you liked my post talking about saving money on home and auto insurance. I'd love to be able to help you out with that. Here's the info that I would need to get you a quote. And just so pretty much directly right to the point with them. And I'd say the return's pretty well on doing so.
Fantastic. And as you can see, you have 200 and some odd likes on this post here on the left, another 40 some on the other one. Comments is another big thing, Brandon, I think me and you've talked about this a lot before. Comments and shares are really important to actually engagement. So those are the things that boost your posts and show them to more people. We'll talk a little bit about the Facebook algorithm here in a few minutes and why that works. But that's one of the things that Brandon does well is he encourages. I know that you comment on posts even when people comment on your stuff as well.
Yeah. Just trying to engage as much as I can with the potential client or current.
Wonderful. Awesome. Now let's move on here to looking at some of the things that you also do. Now, I know you boost posts as well. That gets you in front of more people. I think you also run Facebook ads like we talked about this one right here as well.
Yes.
So this one right here is, again, we talked about this in the video that is on the portal that you can watch. But Brandon ran some Facebook ads as well. And as you can see here, you got 18 link clicks. That link click is to call now. That cost him about $2.22. Brandon, I know me and you talked a little bit about this. What did that net in terms of, you had 18 people who clicked the call now button. How many calls did that generate? How many quotes did that generate? And how many sales did that result in?
Yeah. So out of those 18 people, I would say I got about 11 calls, and I would say I converted 8 to 9 policies.
Wow. Okay. And with average premium, so we're looking at somewhere in the range of, I mean, this is Ohio, so it may be lower than some other states. Let's say it's about $800 to $900, even if you didn't bundle them. What?
I would say average $800 to $900.
Okay, awesome. So we're looking at about 8 to 9 policies, about $6,400 or more dollars in premium for $40 that you spent to run this ad, roughly, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's a really great return. So definitely something we'll talk about more and something to look into. Now, one of the things that it's a common misconception is people think Facebook's easy to get leads from, or people think it's a waste of time. They're not going to get any leads. Now, all jokes aside, I'm not going to slap anyone in the face, but we use this GIF to emphasize that Facebook can get you leads, but it's not easy and you have to use it effectively. And if you're not, then that's okay. But it is a glorified business listing that'll help your SEO. So just know, what are you going to use Facebook for? Do you want to actively use it, or are you going to passively use it? Now, again, Facebook's not going to get you results unless you create quality content that generates engagement. And you're not going to get immediate results unless you're running Facebook ads and you're reaching out to those who engage with your content. And again, that's why we've created some resources to help you with this. And we're going to use today's training to help you understand what you need to do if you want to start getting leads from your Facebook. I want to just make one piece clear. Firefly markets on social media. We market on Facebook to recruit agents, but our marketing is different. We're marketing to 0.01% of the population in each state, which is licensed insurance agents only. So, if we can assume today that all of you guys out there can sell a policy to nearly everyone over the age of, say, 21, that means that you have a market of roughly 70 people in your state that you can market to. Now, I just point that out to you guys and say, like, we know how to market to agents, and we're here to help you guys to learn how we've successfully done our marketing and just transfer that traffic, that targeting to clients. And again, we've talked to other agents like Brandon. That's why he's here today, to talk about what has Brandon done successfully in his marketing to get him sales. And now,
Sam,
sorry, Brandon, go ahead.
I see we have a few questions over here.
That's awesome.
So, first one I see is Jackie. So how well did that contest work? That is listed to the left. I think that was the Amazon gift card. So
Wonderful.
Everybody shops on Amazon nowadays. So whenever somebody goes across the internet and sees that they can get a free $50, $100 gift card, I feel they're definitely going to participate in what you're asking them to do. That one worked out phenomenally. I plan on doing another one here very soon, probably the end of this month. So I would highly recommend you guys to look more into doing so like that. For $50, you can get, let's say you get 20, 30, 40 people liking and sharing your page. And those are potential clients that you can have right there. I mean, the ROI on that's very good.
Yeah, and that's an awesome idea. And obviously thinking outside the box too. If you're looking to market maybe to a specific community, I know some agents out there, outside of Firefly that are really big in, say, the gaming community, and so they're raffling off PS5s, posting about it in gaming Facebook groups and all kinds of stuff like that. So again, look at what you're marketing to. Market off something they want. Obviously, no one's going to go out and market to farmers and go give away a John Deere tractor, right? But maybe some Tractor Supply gift cards or something like that may attract that market more than, say, the Amazon gift card. So again, great idea to get out there and do those giveaways to get in front of more people, get more leads.
Okay,
now going back, yeah, sorry, go ahead, Brandon. Looks like we have some more questions. Let's take a peek at a few of these. I know I'm going to try to get to most of these later. We got one that said about Google. So Google ads. Have we compared Facebook ads against Google ads? Yes, we have. So we do internally do Google ads. We run them all the time. We find a lot of success with Google ads. One of the things I will say is that both of them are ways of getting you in front of clients. But one of the big things too is with Google, a lot of agents, for example, are digital agencies, and they're not maybe brick and mortar stores. So for those agencies, Facebook may be a better route because Google necessarily isn't going to show you in local search if you don't have a local office. So Facebook may be the route those agents really want to drive traffic to for Facebook ads rather than Google ads. Fritz can probably share a little bit too about Google ads.
I was going to say, one really quick short thing. If you compare the two, Google and Facebook, they're different in I think this major way. Google is, depending on your market, in a lot of markets is highly competitive, and you have to pay per click, and you have to bid to be high enough to get those clicks. And you got companies like Progressive and stuff with their billions of dollars, right, with a B, compared to all of our less than millions of dollars, even with an M, right? And so the challenge is you're competing with that. Cool thing about Facebook is the cost per click and so forth for that is much smaller, and you've got like your own smaller market you're going for. And yes, it means you can't reach as many people, but you're also not competing against all these humongous companies. So it is a way that you can have like take advantage of technology and its ability to reach people you never see personally without going up against, Progressive and State Farm and all these other companies who are paying, 10, 15 bucks a click for a lot of those ads. So that's all I throw in that.
Thanks, Fritz, for sharing that, because obviously those numbers, as you saw by Brandon's ad that we showed on screen, that was $2.22 per click, per phone call. So when you look at Google ads, you're going to pay a lot more for that. So great point, and thank you for sharing that. We can see on the screen here right now, I know there's a few other ones here. we can go into some of these. I know Fritz is going in and marking some of these for the Q&A. This, I just want to share with you guys, creating the best Facebook business page in insurance. I've got an article that we've written on this. I'll pull that over on the screen right now so that you guys can see. Again, I don't expect that everyone is going to be able to take all these notes right now. So we put that in an article for you guys to do some takeaways with links as well in there for you guys to go to other credible sites to find this information out. So I just wanted to say these are a few of the really important things. And as you can see here, I pointed out some of them that some of our agents are doing right now successfully. For example, we have Flanagan Associates Insurance Agency. They've got the send message button. You've got Lewis over here who's got his 25 Facebook reviews. Again, another point that you should be having a process to get Facebook reviews as well as your Google ones. And then here's another one, how the Facebook algorithm works. So understanding that algorithm is going to really help you when you're looking to master it, right? And you're looking to make sure that you're getting out there and getting in front of people. So understanding how that algorithm works is really important. Again, there's a lot of other things that's all going to be on the article, and we're going to go into a lot of these details here today. Now, I've got a question. I want everyone to, if you can, post your answer in the comments here. What is the biggest hurdle to posting original content? Again, that's written or created by you. So not something you've reshared or reposted, not some kind of canned thing from Travelers or for Foremost or something from Property Casualty 360. What is the biggest hurdle you posting original content on your Facebook page? I want to just give it like a minute for some of those answers here to fly in. So I see some people typing here. I see lack of creativity is a good one, and that's an awesome one. I know Brandon probably has some things to share on talking about that. Fear of making a mistake. I see creating the content, creating new ideas. A good one, knowing what to post, coming up with something original, looking at wording, creative content, trusting myself to do it good enough. I see a lot of ones that are creativity, about the content you're putting out, and about a fear of making a mistake, right? Of doing something wrong. These are some really good points here. Brandon, any of these that catch your eye that you have a response to?
Yeah, so number one, honestly, I wouldn't really have too much fear of posting on there. It's free to do so. So if you do post one and you see that it didn't get the reactions that you wish for, you can see, for the next time you can learn what you did wrong and see how you could do better. But it's not like you're wasting money on posting. The more posts, the better anyway. So the more you post, I feel you're going to learn more, and you're going to be able to see the algorithms on which does better and radiuses, and we haven't really got into that. But I would just say post away, honestly, but definitely make it eye-catching, make it familiar, make it personalized. Make the consumer think that even if they haven't met you, make them think that they have. Just like I said, just posting something, whether it's you with your family or you at your office with your team. I think those are really good posts.
Awesome. I agree with you 100%. And one of the things that, and I'll be honest with everyone, my background is sales. For those of you who know me and know what I've worked as an All-State producer before going into an independent agency as a producer. That was my primary function before coming to Firefly and shifting more into this role. And so I will admit that my area of expertise is not marketing. I don't have a marketing degree. But what I put out the content for Firefly. Me and Sarah work on it together. And I'll be honest, I have had fear about putting stuff out there, particularly when I'm involved, right? And what I have found though, and maybe I'll just share the screen. I posted something actually just yesterday in our Firefly Agents group, and I just want to share that it's, of all the things that I posted in the Firefly Agents group, it's the most probably personal thing that I've shared in the group about me and my love of Spider-Man, as you can see behind me on the screen, as some of you have seen behind me on the screen. But this is the one that's gotten the most likes of anything I've posted in our group, and it's because it was about me. You know what I mean? This wasn't something that was ingenuine. It wasn't something that was Firefly. So one thing to take away, as Brandon said, is post something that's you. Now, I know creativity is something that a few people have mentioned. and actually creating original content. I feel like a lot of agents struggle with that. We're going to talk about that more here in a few minutes. So I want to make sure those are things that we're going to answer, and I really appreciate your answers there. Now, but I've got one last and hopefully just brief question before we move on. And this one's just really quick. Just toss a number in there. How many times do you think you should be posting on your Facebook business page each week? Just ideally, how many times do you guys think you should be posting each week? What's your expectation? What do you think Facebook wants of you and your clients want? So just toss some numbers in there. I'll just give everyone like a minute, like 30 seconds, and I'm going to probably move on. But just again, toss how many per week do you think you should be posting on your Facebook business page? We're going to, again, talk about those answers here in a minute. I want to move on because we get short on time. We have a lot to cover. So this is one of the other things I want to talk about, and the focus for today is going to be creating the ideal Facebook social media presence. This is about all of the things we're talking about and the things that Brandon's worked on. It all boils down into how do you get more clients out of your Facebook page? And these are the biggest issues that we've seen agents face, and some of them were probably already noted. It's content, consistency, posting at the right time in the right place, unique. I heard that a few times. And then another one we found is actually calls to action. So we found that authentic brand voice, consistent content, posting in the right place, posting the ideal time, using and tagging effectively, and creating unique, engaging posts with strong content and calls to action are the biggest issues we see in agents face. And it looks like some of your concerns mirror those. We're going to talk about each one of these today. The first one I want to start with is a brand voice. It's probably one of the more difficult ones, but it also is the one that is the most to you. It expresses who you are and your brand's human qualities. It's going to differentiate you from your competitors and make your brand feel more familiar and trustworthy. I have Chewy right here on my screen right now because Chewy is one of the ideal examples of creating a brand voice that speaks to their clients. I'll use the personal example of an email I got when I first bought my first product from Chewy, dog food and some medication for my dog. They sent me an email, and I'll just read the words from that email that they sent. And it said, at the end of the email, the whole thing was full of puns, but at the end of the email, it said, if you need anything at all, don't hesitate to give us a bark. We're always happy to lend our friends a helping paw. And it just speaks to the dog owner. And so does their social media right here. Fostering pets. They support shelters. So it's all the things that they do to humanize their brand and make their brand more personable and speak to you, the client. Now, the next part that we find agents struggle with a lot is creating a content schedule and how many times they should be posting each week. A lot of agents feel like they should be posting daily or multiple times a day. And that is awesome for social media influencers. People like The Rock and Ryan Reynolds, but it isn't necessarily the ideal for a business, for an insurance agency, because you may flood your clients with content they don't want to see. When you do that, they're less likely to see the valuable content and like it. They're going to scan by to thinking it's just another thing or unfollow you generally. So plan for 1 to 2 posts a week. Plan your whole month in advance. And I recommend creating a social media content calendar. I'm just going to share with you guys. This is just a quick view of what our content calendar looked like for the month of December. So we actually plan everything out in advance. I'm going to see if I can maybe zoom in a little bit here. But we get our pictures here in advance. We type out what we want in the post, and we post it in here, and we just have everything planned out in advance. So that is something I'd be happy to talk with agents about if you want to create a content calendar and that's something you want to do. Feel free to schedule time with me. You can also post schedule time in the comments right now, and I'll go back and review those and make sure I reach out to you. So if that's something you want to discuss or anything in this session, just type in schedule time and I will go in and make sure that I review those and schedule some time with you. Now, one thing, by the way, I'll just real quick. One thing we do at Firefly is we use Agorapulse for all of our posting on auto posting. I'd be happy to answer questions on that, but it only makes sense if you're utilizing multiple social media channels. We're using 4, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So we do all of our posting through that platform. Now, I want to talk about creating the ideal Facebook social media presence. And one of them is that I just want to toss this in there because it's not necessarily a topic, but it is something that's important. You should have fun with it. Put your personality into it. These are things that I put together. These are just some posts that really speak from kind of like my nerddom here. I'm a huge fan of Big Bang Theory. As you guys can see, I've got I'm a Spider-Man fan and a Marvel fan in general. Glad that reading comic books is finally cool again. These are the kind of posts that you can put out that speak about who you are. So again, you don't always have to have something that's serious and about buying insurance. Brandon, I know you have used a lot of unique kind of posts. When you do those ones and the funny stuff, where are you finding your content?
You know what? I actually find a lot of content in Facebook groups.
Awesome.
And yeah, I see a lot in there. So I definitely recommend following some Facebook groups and seeing some popular ones that they posted. Also, what I'll do is I'll just browse Facebook. I'll look around and see what agencies has the most likes out of all. Like I'll just look up random areas. I'll look up West Virginia insurance agents or Indiana insurance agents, just not even in my local market, but just seeing what they're doing and trying to implement the best tactics that I see that they have on their page.
Awesome. So I think those are great ideas because finding content from others, using stuff that's already working. Follow your fellow Firefly agents, guys. People are putting out great content already, and you're going to see some of those in some of the posts that we have here. I'm going to actually show you some agents who are putting out really good content already at Firefly. And Brandon, great advice on joining some Facebook groups as well. So if we look here at creating the ideal Facebook social media presence, posting content in the right place is really important. So make sure to share your post to your personal page. They are, and when you do that, make sure your post settings are public. If anyone has questions about how to manage your Facebook page, your personal page to make it marketable, we have a video that we've already posted out about that, making a marketable Facebook profile. It's on the portal. Just look up marketable or Facebook, and you'll find that one. And then where else could you post?
Well, Sam,
is it a valuable blog post that you post on Facebook?
There we go.
And you embed it on your website? Again, going to help your SEO. Can you post it directly on a friend's Facebook page? Maybe it's someone who is asking about insurance, or maybe it's a friend of yours and they've okayed that with you. So again, Brandon reaches out specifically to people to ask them to like and share, post his content. You can do the same thing. And then again, ask a friend to share your post to their page. So these are all things that you guys can do to make sure your content is being posted in the right place. And one of the most important ones of all is when to post at the right time. I regularly see agents posting at times that are not ideal times for social media. Remember, post at the earliest time in this category typically to reach the most people. Because if this is your high traffic times, so again, looking at this, your highest engagement is the darkest blue. These are the times posting at the earliest section is going to reach the most people. So I see agents sometimes posting stuff at 7 o'clock, and that is when people are tapering off. I will say the same thing can be said for TikTok, for those of you who market there, or Instagram, or those of you who are marketing on LinkedIn. You can find this stuff online. Just search best time to post on Facebook, best time to post on TikTok, and check out like HubSpot, check out Sprout Social. Those are ones that you should look at and make sure you're posting at the ideal time. We have this as well posted on our portal. For those who have questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, that's why we post on Tuesdays, typically around 10 o'clock. And on Thursdays, we typically post around 11 to 12. So one thing that's really important is also the types of posts you put out. So I'll point out a few. These posts below are not ideal for generating engagement. One thing I'll say is when's the last time, I'll ask, you saw Travelers or Foremost or Property Casualty 360 post that had a lot of likes, a lot of comments, or a lot of shares? I'm not going to wait forever because I don't think there's a lot of those examples out there. The problem is that Facebook knows these exact same posts are being posted all over. And due to this, their algorithms do not show unoriginal posts to as many viewers as they do original posts. These posts won't go viral. They're not going to get reshared. And going viral and being reshared is what you want as an agent. One other thing I'll point out is, again, relates back to posting the right thing at the right time. This post right here was done on December the 25th at 6 in the morning. And is about remodeling. So again, make sure you post something that's valuable at the time you're posting it. So the ideal post for them would have been a Christmas post. I want to point out, an agent, many of you who are in our Facebook group have seen my post that I did about the TV show You. For those who have not watched it, I'll just give you a quick little background. Hopefully no spoilers. It's about a stalker. So the post, though, this agent was the original person who did this post. He's an agent out in Florida, in Golden Isles area, and he did this post. And notice it got 517 comments, 1,100 shares, and it was liked 3,600 times at the time I took these images. And check out all of the comments on here. And the great thing is his responses right here. So this is lit. You know what else is lit? Our rates. You should call us. So just pointing out, you want to be the agent that goes viral. And yes, that's hard, but you're not going to go viral by reposting something from Foremost or Travelers or Property Casualty 360. You're not going to reach a lot of people. So look for opportunities like this one where you can post something in your area. Brandon did this. He reposted this one. I know Brandon got a few likes on that, some comments, and all he did to make it unique was he changed the image here of the character from the TV show. So I'm going to move on here to our next slide. If you have questions, please just post them. I want you all to brace yourself for the call to action is awesome. A little Game of Thrones joke for those of you who are fans. Moving on, creating unique, engaging posts with strong calls to action is important. If you'll look at a few of these here, I took a few screenshots from some of our agencies. SN Hawley. Now, this isn't a call to action necessarily to get a quote, but it's a call to action to like our page and share if you want to win. By liking their page and sharing, they're getting more people in front of their audience. This is essentially like a click funnel, right? By getting more people to like their Facebook page, their posts in the future that are marketing posts are getting in front of more people. So again, this was shared 41 times. As you can see here, it was like 21 times. They had comments on it. Here's another one, great video. For those of you who haven't seen this, I highly recommend checking out Barry Insurance Group LLC right now today. Go watch Will Barry's video when this is done. It's 40 seconds long and it's awesome. So for those of you who may have not seen it, check that out. It's a great video, talks about Will, and it's a wonderful introduction video to his area. It has a great call to action in it as well. And then this one, another one from Brandon right here. Brandon, we talked in a long time ago. I'd sent out to agents how to make a map, a client map. For those of you who have questions, you want to make a client map, I'd be happy to help you with that. Just, I guess, post client map in the comments. I'll go find those after this training, and I'll go and help you. If you want to make a client map, but essentially we use Easy Links, we use Google Maps, create a map of all your clients and turn it into an ad. Brandon did that right here as well. I don't know, Brandon, I think maybe you ran this actually as an ad as well, or maybe this was just a post that you did. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was a post I did and then boosted it.
Awesome, cool. And if you can see here, Brandon has that learn more button right there. So there's his call to action as well as the phone number. It's very important to do, if you can, multiple calls to action. So Brandon takes advantage of doing the learn more or the call now or the send a message button. He also puts in text calls to action. So I'll go back right here. Sorry, the in text calls to action to the phone number right here in the body of his text of his actual post. So moving on, one of the things agents, you guys had said was creativity, having a hard time making original content. If I go back here to some of the comments that were made, I know that some were related to actually having a tough time actually posting their content. Now I know, I just breezed past it, by the way, guys. A lot of people had answered that question about how many times to post. Typically, we found 1 to 2 posts a week is actually ideal. So don't post all the time. You will tire people out. Typically, we post on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I know a lot of agents who do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's also a good option too. Weekend posting is not ideal, I will say, though. So just it doesn't behoove you if that's something that you're looking to do is post on the weekends. Now, if you look at these, one of the things that agents had shared, though, was a tough time creating creative content. I totally understand. It's difficult to do so, but there's some free tools you can use. For many of you who want to create images, remember, use images from places like Unsplash, Pixabay. There are tons of free sites. Just look up free image sites on the web. You can get free images and then make them into unique posts using sites like PicFont or Canva. For those of you who want help or have questions on these, we'll all create an article with actually all the tools that an agent might need to create social media posts. So that is something that we'll be putting together. But if you need help creating original content, you want to know what tools, feel free to reach out to me, schedule some time. I'd be happy to get that information to you. But again, I created this one here in 2 minutes with PicFont. And it ended up actually getting where I posted this, 171 likes. I posted this in an insurance-related Facebook group. If you look here, I also make a lot of collages for those of you who follow us on Firefly Agency. For those of you who don't follow us on Firefly Agency, follow us on Firefly Agency. But going back here to the image, Collage Maker, I use this one. There's also Adobe. You can make that one. It does have a watermark, but it's a good one. You can use Adobe Spark. You can also use BeFunky. So BeFunky is another one that I use. I'll show you the screen right here. Guys, I'm not an expert in graphic design. It's drag and drop. You literally just click on this computer, find the photos you want, and drag them and drop them in the boxes. Right click on a box to delete it. It is really simple, and if anyone needs help, I am happy to help you with that. Another thing I do a lot is take screenshots, and then I take those screenshots and I make them into images. So for example, you have this one right here. I use the print screen. You can use the print screen button. You can use Microsoft's snipping tool, or you can hold the Shift, Windows, and S key to take a screen grab as well. So this is the snipping tool right here. This image was actually made by taking a screenshot of an email with this award of distinction, producer of the year thing that Safeco sent me. And then I took a screenshot of a picture from Flanagan's social media, and I put it in Word, and I made it into this. So again, it took me about 4 minutes. It's not necessarily rocket science. Just take the time to do it. And if you need help, again, reach out. Again, this is, if you put them all together kind of thing, if you use PicFont and you're using all these other softwares, these ones right here are images that I created for some highlights of a few agencies right here. So these were made with BeFunky's Collage Maker, Microsoft Word, and Microsoft Snipping Tool all in one to make these images right here. So again, if you need help, I'd be happy to help you with that. Photos that you can or which ones you can't post. That's a great question. So I see that one from Julia. I'm going to respond to that one now. If you have actually, it looks like Fritz is going to put that one up in the Q&A. So I'm going to actually answer that then because I may have some resources to show you guys here down the line. One thing that's important, again, we're getting back to some of the things that agents need to make sure you're doing to make sure you have the ideal Facebook page is use Facebook tagging. If you aren't regularly tagging people or regularly tagging businesses in your post, you're missing out on an opportunity to greatly expand your post's potential reach. The right post, as you can see right here, this one on the right with travelers, I did not tag Chris, Amy, or Tanya on Facebook, but I did tag them actually on LinkedIn. This post performed actually even better on LinkedIn than it did here on Facebook because I was able to tag those 3 reps at Travelers. One thing that's important, Travelers has a far larger following on Facebook. So by tagging them, it got us in front of way more people. Openly is newer, got us in front of smaller amount of people. So hence we didn't have as much engagement. So again, pay attention to tagging. So if you work with a local business and they have 5,000 likes on their page, tag them in it. We have an agent who works with a local farm here in Columbus area, Lynn's Fruit Farm. And when she tagged them in a post, she got 100 some odd likes on that post. So again, pay heed to tagging businesses because you're going to get in front of their audience too. Now, this is a bonus for all of our commercial agents and also, I guess, for any agents who want to market to a niche on Facebook. This one, just a quick one, and I will pull this up as well on another screen, but I just wanted to show you guys this right here. This is some different Facebook pages that agents have used to market to different products. So you see truck insurance quotes right here, trucking insurance network right here. And this is the one and then you got Protect My Collection powered by Zinc. I'll be honest with you guys, this is not a great example. They actually used this one for like just a few days and then gave up on this idea. It looks like they just did not want to carry it all the way through. So don't give up, by the way. That's one thing that's important. Don't give up if it doesn't work in a month or two, because it does take time to really build this up. if this is something that you're interested in doing, feel free to reach out to me. It's something that I'm currently doing as well for Firefly. But I want to share real quick, I highlight here Food Truck Freaks Insurance by Kelly Spees. Some of you may be familiar with Kelly. I know at least Angela is, and maybe a few other ones of you here who may be in the insurance syndicate. But if you look here, Kelly right here is has right here couple different pages. She has a regular business page, KS Specific Insurance. This is just a regular page to capture every client. But she's created this one here, the Food Truck Freaks Insurance by Kelly, and this is her marketing to food truck owners. So that is what she specifically, that's her niche. So again, for those of you who might be interested in marketing to a niche, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to discuss that with agents. We at Firefly are currently doing that as well with one of our pages here called the Farm Insurance People. So again, if anyone has any questions about this, feel free to reach out to me. I'd be happy to answer those questions for you. Now moving on here, Facebook ads and boosting posts. So this one is a really important topic here. And again, for those of you who really want to get into Facebook ads and boosting posts, you really got to make sure you understand the Facebook algorithm. For those of you who don't, I want to give you a boil down 30 seconds on the Facebook algorithm, and then you can look into it further. But think about it like this. Facebook takes each post that is put out there, and I'll boil it down again to the most basic, and they show it to 50 people. Then they see how do those 50 people respond to the post, how many likes, how many comments, and how many shares. Then they decide from there if they're going to show it to another 50 people or not based on how it performed. So again, make sure you understand the algorithm, okay? Because that's what's going to help you put together right posts. And before you start boosting ads and boosting posts, make sure you understand what's going to get likes by using that on your personal page, on your business page first before paying the money. Again, experimenting though, it's really cheap, as you saw by some of the stuff we did with Brandon. It's very inexpensive to get Facebook ads out there. Now we do have a quick poll question because this topic is one that deserves a whole session of its own or one-on-one help. If Facebook ads is something you're interested in, again, I'm going to review all of this. So if Facebook ads is something you're interested in, do me a favor and just write Facebook ads, okay? Just write Facebook ads. Right there, and I'm going to have Fritz share our poll here in a second.
I think they're already
it's already up. So
Sam,
please go ahead and do that. If anyone's interested in Facebook ads, please just post that in there. We'll determine if we need to run a training just on Facebook ads based on some of that. So please, if you're interested in Facebook ads, just post that in the comments. It looks like we have a lot of people interested in Facebook ads. That's great. Cool. Do me a favor, please go ahead and vote here. Your vote counts. It's going to help us here, and it may help you as well. So please, are you interested in learning how to run Facebook ads? If you're interested, please make sure you answer. You got another about 20 seconds here to answer. Again, I'm going to be reviewing these answers and who answered. So please get in there and answer, because this one is important for what we're going to tell you next.
And I think all you have to do is click on the yes or the no. It's real easy if you just click in the middle of the screen if you haven't yet.
Yep, please do. Thank you. Looks like you get the answers rolling in. I'm going to end voting here another 10 seconds. So if anyone wants to jump on, go ahead. All right, let's go ahead and end voting here. Awesome. So it looks like about 71% of you are interested in running Facebook ads and boosting Facebook posts. That's wonderful. So that's something that we'll discuss and having a session on. I want to move on from there and talk about what we just asked you, which is has to do with our giveaway. If you answered yes to that previous poll question, you're going to be interested in our giveaway. We're going to be giving away $100 in Facebook ads paid for by Firefly to three agents. Now, there's another caveat, another awesome part to that. We're also going to take the time to go over those agents' Facebook pages. We're going to go over a content calendar with them. We're going to make ad and content suggestions and even help them with those. And we're going to show you the ins and outs of Facebook ads and how to use audience targeting in Facebook Ads Manager. So now we're going to look through the people who are interested, and we will contact the three winners. So just, again, it's going to take me some time. There's a lot of comments in here, everybody. So I really appreciate all of your engagement today. It's been wonderful. So I will be reviewing that, and we will be getting back to those winners, and we'll announce that as well. Now, again, for those of you who are not in our Facebook group currently, I recommend you join. We definitely share, and Brandon could probably share this. We share good content in there. I know Brandon shared a few ads that I've created and stuff. And I'm going to be trying to do that once a week for agents, helping you guys with, mostly mine are going to be probably more geared towards the funny ad of the week rather than something serious. But that, again, just my personality. Now, again, I wanted to have time for questions. We're getting down to the wire. We got 11:45, and we want to be done in 10 or less. So, what questions do you have? I know I have some questions for Brandon.
And I can even Sam pull. There's a couple that we had that were actually some pretty good ones. We've addressed some. Let's see. This one from Mary might be a good one to start with.
Yeah. Are there better ads to boost than others? Yes. 100%. Ads with strong calls to action are way better to boost than anything else. So make sure that ads that you boost have a strong call to action in them. And make sure that the ads that you do boost are speaking to something that your client would actually want to see. I wouldn't necessarily boost something that was maybe like a quick one pager about why you should buy homeowners insurance. That's not necessarily it, but I might boost something that talks about how clients who have this device or that device could save this much money on their homeowners insurance if I made it interesting enough. Okay. Another thing could be for those of you who, I know we've got a lot of hunters at Firefly, a lot of agents who like hunting. You know, one that might be interesting would be to run a Facebook ad that's you hunting, you know what I mean? Talking about how you're an agent that's your passion, and you help hunters make sure their gun collections are insured. Perfect time for it with the season that it is. And it might be something that hunters are thinking about at this time. So again, make sure that your ads that the posts that you're boosting or the ads that you're putting out there are things that are going to speak to your audience. And that's why your Facebook page is the training ground for whether it's something that your audience would respond to before you start paying for it. So again, as Brandon said, don't be afraid to post. The worst thing that can happen is no one likes it. And that doesn't matter, right? I have definitely put out posts that no one's liked before, and I move on to the next one. So let's see, are there other questions out there,
Yep,
Fritz?
there are a couple more. Here's one. This one was also from Mary, and I don't think we can go into like all the software stuff, but just to let people know there is a way to like do this on a weekend, but post it through the week, right?
Yes, 100%. Now, especially if you're I know Mary specifically, I know you use multiple channels. You may be a good candidate for using a technology for auto posting. However, auto posting technologies have limitations with tagging and some other things. So this is something if agents are interested in, reach out to me one-on-one. I'm happy to talk to you about it. I've used, I think Fritz, we're now on our second one that we've used fully. I think we've experimented with at least 4 or 5 of them though. So with that being said, I'm happy to discuss it with agents, but there is a way you can schedule posts on Facebook. A lot of times I will schedule some of my stuff in the Facebook group a few days in advance and for it to automatically post. So yes, there's ways to work on content the weekend, set it to automatic post. If you're interested in that, reach out to me. Again, I'll probably put my bookings link here for everyone in the chat. So if anyone wants to schedule time with me, you can. Fritz, can you move on to the next question?
Yeah, and this one's actually for Brandon. Maybe you can answer this while you're putting that in there. So Brandon, for you, how do you respond to negative comments in the post, or do you ignore them?
Great question.
Yeah, so I really don't get too many negative comments. Maybe like somebody will put in there like, oh, another insurance ad, or oh, another. Sometimes I'll try to just make something funny at them, nothing mean, but just I don't know, just something.
Maybe you can say like, "Hey, sorry, I ruined your day," right, with a smile or something.
Yeah.
Sorry, my stuff's not for everyone.
Yeah. So I'll comment back something funny, or I'll just ignore it. But like I said, I don't really come across too many of those.
One thing I would say, and hopefully everybody in Firefly would know this, you don't get anywhere by getting into a fight with people. You see people on message boards on Facebook, it turns into a war of words. Not going to win you any customers or anything.
It makes you look unprofessional as well.
That's right. And so you don't want to do that. Hey, you don't need to save money. That's great. Sorry to bug you or whatever. But and that'll kind of show that you're classy, and people won't be like, oh, this is one of those, who's going to fight about everything online. There's enough of that.
Definitely. And as you guys saw in that last one with the funny post from you, he had a ton of comments in there. Some of them were even, like, I wouldn't work with this insurance agent. He's like, he posted something funny like, "Why am I a little too creepy for you?" Something like, be funny about it too, because that's what he was trying to do, right? To be creepy with that you post. So
Yeah. Well, and this one, maybe I could address this one real quick, Sam, about how do you know which
yeah,
photos you
please.
can or can't post. Well, one way is to learn by experience. And if you saw my comment in there years ago, it was a silly little post about wedding insurance, which I've never even sold, right? But I put a little something on our blog. Years later, I get a letter from Getty Images saying, this is a Getty image and we will take you to court if you don't pay us like $700 for it. And I looked it up online and they're like, yeah, you're in trouble. If you use a post, you should not. So what you want to do, and I think we have links to this online, right, Sam, is have you either get things that it's either your photo, right? That's the easiest. Or you buy the photo, and you can buy most photos at Shutterstock and places for like 10 or 12 bucks. Or you go to places like Unsplash and Pixabay where they are free use photos where you can just go ahead and use them. So you want to do that. You got to be really careful about grabbing something elsewhere. Now there are some websites too, aren't there, Sam, that do like meme generators where you can pull in like something from a TV show or whatever. And I think you're pretty safe if you use that.
Yeah, if you use a meme generator, you are safe. We use IMG Flip is the one that we use here at Firefly. So I use that a lot to create a lot of memes and stuff. That one that you guys saw with Harold Wolowitz from The Big Bang Theory, that one was created with ImFlip. So I would definitely recommend. I will, if any agents are interested, I'll create a page for resources, free websites for images and stuff like that. So if that's something you're interested in, I'm happy to create a resource for that. Do you suggest videos or going live? That's a great question. One of my articles talks about going live. One thing I would share, and I could go in really into depth about live, but the important thing about video is one, what are you putting out there? How long is it? What does your background look like? What is your appearance in the video? So we could go on and on about video, but it's very important to pay attention to how long is it, because no one wants to stick around for a long video. That's why TikTok's so popular, right? 30 seconds, minute-long videos, very quick and easy to consume. Another thing that I find a lot with video is people will do a video and they'll start it and the actual stuff in the video doesn't start till 10 seconds in. People have already tuned out and swiped to the next one. So make sure when you're doing video, there are certain things to pay attention to. If anyone wants to talk about video, I follow tons of agents. So I've seen a lot of really good video content out there. I'm following, for anyone who's interested in TikTok, I follow a number of successful TikTokers who are insurance agents. So if that's something that you're interested in, just reach out to me. I'd be happy to discuss that with agents.
And maybe we could even post some of those examples on the portal.
Yeah.
One thing I would add about video is don't let video or thinking about video keep you from doing posts on Facebook. I know from some people that I've talked to who look at their stats that sometimes because people are scrolling through that feed, a good image with text right in it will grab people, where a video, they might, I don't have the time, and they zoom by. So you can get great results with just regular posts and without having to become a videographer. Somebody else had asked another video question about length of time and stuff. That might be the kind of thing that we in the end would want to do as its own subject, maybe in season 2 of Modern Agent after we get through these next ones. But I think that's everything.
And I'm happy to discuss video with agents. If anyone is interested in someone who does really well on video, check out Ryan Hanley, RyanHanley. Some of you may already be familiar with Ryan Hanley. He writes for Agency Nation, big in the insurance space. But Ryan Hanley does awesome videos that are informative and good. So I would check out that guy. Most people say he's the king of YouTube videos for insurance agents. So if you want to see kind of more informative videos rather than the fun stuff and lengthy videos, he's one I would watch. But again, I would personally keep videos real short.